Hey guys, welcome back to the channel where this time we're going to be doing a character review and discussion for Jar Jar Binks, infamous for being the bane of many prequel fans' childhoods. Um, Jar Jar is an interesting character in retrospect because I think when the movie came out and people were first introduced to Jar Jar, he was very childish, very annoying, definitely played for laughs. This was obviously a comic relief character that I think just was taken too far. I think he was just over the top comic relief to the point of being goofy and almost unbelievable. I think the idea behind having someone like Jar Jar in the movie for kids, this goofy, funny looking alien sidekick that's, kind of clumsy and not really the most most powerful being in the galaxy, but can contribute in a small way to the actions of the heroes. I don't think it was a bad concept. I just think the execution, and just like I said, him just being written over the top with a little bit too much silliness and goofiness, I think turned a lot of people off from the character early on, which is a shame because what Jar Jar represented, goes beyond the scope of Star Wars. This was the first like full CGI, um, you know, main character to be featured in a movie that like that. It was revolutionary for the entertainment industry, and I think that's something that George Lucas was very proud of. But the character of Jar Jar as a whole, he's a clumsy Gungan who, finds himself wrapped up in the hero's journey, ends up earning some respect and kind of holds his own and has some fights and he becomes a senator, and that's where he is ultimately manipulated by Palpatine into putting up that vote to give the chancellor the supreme emergency powers, which is something that had Padme been there in his place, she would not have gone for that. But Jar Jar is very impressionable, and he believed he was doing the right thing. And there's a part in the aftermath book series where it is shown that he is a street performing clown on Naboo. After the days the Empire has fallen, and people actually in universe hate him. They despise him. They view him as a someone that sold them out to the Empire because of his actions as a senator. And you can tell it's something that deeply affects him because he felt like he was doing the right thing and he was manipulated, and now he's kind of left to live the sad life where only children like him, which kind of a metaphor for how people responded to him out of universe, at the time the movie came out. Kids loved him, adults hated him, and that's kind of where he finishes his story in universe because he's street performing for the kids, and they're the only ones that really pay him any attention. The adults again hold him partially responsible for the oppression of the empire. So we're gonna give Jar Jar a 6.2 out of 10. One of the lower scores. I just think as a character, he had potential, but he was written too over the top and too goofy. But to a section of the fan base, he still represents the Phantom Menace and was iconic in that movie as far as being a full CGI character. Um, and being there for kids. Kids did enjoy Jar Jar, so he did earn some respect from that demographic, and we'll take that into consideration. But yeah, that's going to be all I got for you this time. I appreciate you watching. Hit that subscribe button. And as always, may the force be with you. Now let's blow up that like button and go home.